Hey guys, this is Mano with Loan Depot. You know, I've been living in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona for 90 days approximately. I just want to share with you my experiences so far living in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, so being that I've lived in Hawaii for so long, one of the main things that we're loving about living out here in Phoenix is one-day shipping, same-day shipping with Amazon. You know, we're loving the fact that we can go ahead and order something and get it that same day. Something you never got to have in Hawaii, and being able to take advantage of that now is so awesome. Another thing that we are loving, there's a lot of different Arizona-based grocery store chains. You got Fry's, you got Bashas'. I just learned of AJ's last night. I haven't gotten there yet, but I tried a platter from there and I thought their charcuterie platter was awesome. But there's a lot of options for you when it comes to shopping, whatever it may be. For us, it's groceries. You know, we found that we like Fry's. It's really close to our house, but their produce has been top notch. And you know, another thing is sports. So we're not fans, my wife and I are not fans of any of these Arizona teams when it comes to pro sports, but we are sports fans. You know, and we have the ability to, we're right down the road. We live in Waddell, Arizona, which is near Surprise, and we're 30 minutes away from the Cardinals Stadium. So my wife and I are going to a Cardinals game. Even though we're diehard Dallas fans, we're gonna go watch the Cardinals play, because one, they're undefeated this year, and two, we live in Arizona, so why not check out the local teams? And whatever sport you like, Arizona has it. Another thing that I've noticed in Arizona is everything is very far apart. You know, you're driving 30, 40 minutes usually, a lot of the time, to get to certain places. Waddell is kind of out in the outskirts of Phoenix, out there by Luke Air Force Base, which is the reason why we live out there, but we love it. You know, there's a lot of farmland out there right now. But there's also a lot of development. I just learned the other week that the 303, which we live right off of, is a fairly new highway. It wasn't there a few years back, you know, so there's a lot of development happening out near Surprise, Glendale, Peoria, Waddell, in those areas. If you're looking for an area that is growing, you might want to take a look at that area. Now, another thing is if you guys have dogs, you know, my wife and I have 2 dogs, and we found that there's a lot of places that allow you to bring your dogs. There's a lot of restaurants with patios that allows you to have your dogs with you. They'll even bring you a bowl for their water and maybe a little snack for them. So I found that a lot of places in Arizona are accommodative for people who have their dogs, especially we got here in the summer, which was hot. So they don't want you leaving your dog in the car while you're going out to eat, you know, so they're gonna wanna accommodate you at their establishments. So there's a lot of places that allow you to bring your dog in. Another thing that I found pretty crazy is having to deal with coyotes. You know, I just left my house this morning to find a coyote hanging out in the front of my house, in my yard, looking for critters. What was he looking for? I don't know. There's some rabbits. But anyway, being from Hawaii, I never had to deal with any of that. So walking my dogs, you know, I'm always on edge, looking for something. But I haven't had any issues with it. You know, talking to neighbors, they say, yeah, they live in the neighborhood, but no one's really ever had a problem with them. I think it's really cool to see in the mornings or whenever it is, as long as they're not messing with me, I'm not gonna mess with them. But that's another thing. You get to see a lot of different wildlife, a lot of different things that I haven't been able to experience, you know, in Hawaii. My wife and I, we love to drive. We love to just listen to music together, you know, take the dogs and go to somewhere that we've never been before. You know, everything out here is new. So that's another thing that we are enjoying about being in Arizona. Being able to just go to different places, jumping in the car and going. You know, there doesn't have to be too much planning involved. It's whatever we feel like doing for that day, whatever we want to see, we can go. We're learning about a lot of hikes. You know, there's a lot of nice hikes in Arizona. And then another thing that we've noticed is that whatever you're interested in doing, Arizona has a group for you. They have a lot of, like say for instance, horseback riding. If you like riding horses, there's a lot of groups, clubs that do horseback rides. Or if you're into real estate investing, there's clubs for you to go to. Whatever you're interested in, Arizona has a club. So that's another thing that we've enjoyed about our being in Arizona. So I'm a Old West history junkie. I love everything Western. My wife loves art as well as anything Western. So there's a lot of museums actually out here that are about the Old West. They have a lot of art in there. One was in Wickenburg, the Desert Caballeros Western Museum. We went to that probably in our first week we got here, and we enjoyed it. You know, there was so much that museum had to offer. They had a art contest going on at the time. A bunch of women artists had all their paintings and sculptures and everything, and we got to help judge it. And it was just an amazing experience. If you're ever out in Wickenburg, you gotta check that place out. So guys, I'm still learning and experiencing everything that Arizona has to offer. And as I am experiencing them, I will put out more videos. So check out my playlist for more content in the future. I'm Mana with loanDepot, helping you achieve homeownership with Aloha. I'll see you on the next one.